And we're off. We're just going to see if this actually works. Doesn't. Oh, wow. Look at that. Actually solving the problem. And it should track my audio pretty dang far away. Would you look at that? Problem has been super solved on this one. So, yeah, we're really following up to my Monday musing video, and I don't know. I had fun doing that one earlier, so we're gonna live stream it. I think with any luck, this might be very boring for a lot of people. So just trying to have some fun with it. Let's see. Cool. To see the best route for my laptop. So we are actively working on some stuff. So therapy business indeed, but we are building stuff. Oh yeah, if you watch the video from earlier today, there's the table we're working on. In progress, no doubt. I'm here at work for probably about another hour. I may live stream all of it. I may not. Time will tell. But we're going to keep working on it. That's for sure. This is where I got stuck earlier. I screwed all of these bad boys on, and they weren't supposed to be screwed on. They were supposed to actually be tightened and put into their proper position on the table. And my kitchen looks too dirty, so we're shutting that. Man, an hour is definitely not enough to get all this finished up the way it needs done, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Should all be done tomorrow, though. What I was talking about in my video earlier, too, is just the, what's the word? Just the level of extra stuff you do when running a business. There's definitely different layers of it. So, the type of business that I run is actually pretty different than the type of businesses I train. Oh, that's wide open. That I train other people to run. They're not the same. Functionally they're the same. They're all private practice. But they're different types of private practice with different types of goals. So my private practice is multi-structured in the sense that I run a therapy practice and I offer psychotherapy to people. But I also train people on how to run a business, which is a separate avenue. I own, whatever you want to call it. This whole suite is mine with a couple offices that I now sublet to other people. I supervise. I'm actually finishing up prepping for that. I'm actually just starting to supervise postgraduate students as they work towards their clinical license. Is that everything I do technically? Those are all the things that make me money. And then, of course, the YouTube channel is its own thing, which doesn't make money, just sometimes costs me money, which is not an abnormal thing in the world of business. It's very common to just spend money without profit sometimes. And frankly, that's all right. It happens. I need to take the washers off. That's the problem. And why are these different lengths? Sometimes I feel like certain builds are overly complicated and they require more effort than they need. like this, I feel like some of these parts could already be on there before we get started, but they're not. So I don't know. Live streams to me are kind of fun because they're a different type of train of thought. I haven't done a lot of them, but I'm a big thinker and external processor. So I might do them for fun. And as far as I'm concerned, they're just as effective with 0 watchers as they are with a billion people watching, because I'm ultimately just trying to think through stuff. But I do think if these over time get more views, it'd be fun to do more engagement with people listening. But I don't think I would end up doing builds like this or doing projects while I'm live streaming unless I was able to what like take a question or something and then process it out loud while going back to doing this stuff. That's doable. That's possible. But right now, this is for me. People decide they want to start listening, great. If not, great. I also am very curious as time goes on, the overall, like, some people will today be seen in history solely through the lens of like live stream and vlog and Instagram. Like when you think back in time and all these people that we read about and learn about, like it's only in relatively recent history do we have footage. Uh, you know, World War II is a big deal with all the footage we had. Like it's kind of the, by my recollection, like the first kind of big major event that we started getting just footage from, and you can see it, you can watch it. And I saw oftentimes through like war and stuff, but like a lot of the Iraq war, you can just watch online, which is crazy. I've never gone to do it other than just random clips you'll see on YouTube from here and there. And I actually don't know how much is like legal to have online or what, but people are watching that stuff on the dark web or just on their own YouTube pages. But point being, like, everyone is just going to be doing history courses. You think 300 years from now you learn about history. They'll be like, well, let's just watch the YouTube video of them talking about stuff. Or here's the person who started World War III, and it's just them doing their Roblox tutorial on YouTube. See, look at that, class. Everyone, you could be a 9-year-old on Roblox and then be the cause of World War III. Isn't that crazy? Like now when you read about people like Hitler and Mao and Stalin, you got to go to these primary sources, which are not their childhood. It's things they wrote about. I mean, why is this going on? Hitler writing Mein Kampf in prison, and you have Mao writing his book on guerrilla warfare, and you get these, very thought out writings, not these kind of raw videos like what I'm doing, and I highly doubt anyone will ever study me. But the point is, if it happens, even if I stop doing YouTube today, I've got how many hours? Dozens, maybe a couple hundred online that you can just go watch and listen to. It's also something interesting to reflect on of, like, hoping to have kids and stuff at some point, which I currently don't. And it's like, that's kind of interesting that they could just watch this, YouTube isn't guaranteed to just exist forever. And I think, it's probably good, smart, and wise for people who have YouTube accounts to download them and back these up into the cloud every so often, just to keep them safe, because it is kind of overly reliant. Maybe even put them on flash drives and hard drives, but it's just crazy, And how we connect with the world. I mean, there's a lot of people that I don't get to see very often, but they watch my YouTube videos and they'll text me from time to time, like, hey, I saw your video. And I'm like, oh, fun. Or random people will come across it. And even at my church, I do a lot of music. I know I have some relatives who will tune in to church on the days that I'm playing an instrument. And it's just like, yeah, they just want to see me and hear me play. And, we can just do that now. It doesn't matter where you live or how far away you live. You can just go on to YouTube watch stuff. I mean, social media in general, YouTube being one of many of those options, but it just is that. It's an option. It's crazy. And we're so early in that stage that, I won't ever get to see the long-term outcome of that because I'm older than YouTube. There's never going to be a time where, well, and there will be certain people probably, but I will, because of my age, not be around when everyone alive is born after YouTube. And that's just a way of life and a way of living. Everyone will know that YouTube is a thing. Oh, I screwed that in too hard. Can I get it off now? Of course I can. The issue is how much effort. There we go. I was putting a lot of effort in and it just needed a soft touch. Such is much of life. Okay. Getting that on. Where are my screws? Where'd I put them? Where did they go now? This is maybe the downside of trying to do videos or talking during these things. Is the project does not have my full attention. The heck? Did I ever have the pieces? What? Put them in my pocket. They have fallen into the back rooms, unfortunately. Really? I would have sworn I just unscrewed them. Perhaps not. Odd. Well, it would appear as though I have backed myself into a corner. There they are. I feel overall awake and alert. I got about an hour and a half, no, 2 hours of less sleep than normal last night, which is not good. I feel great, but little moments like that, those screws, let's see if I can, right there, that one and that one, those two, I just was looking for them that whole time, and they were right in front of me. That's not good. That is my tired brain seemingly operating at a good capacity, but actually missing some details. I do feel like focused though. All my conversations felt on point today. So I don't know what part of my brain there is tired, because I do genuinely feel like most everything else was on it today. I've had a couple of moments of like losing something that's right in front of my face. And as a brain person, I should know what part of the brain is lacking in that moment. But I don't. I do not. I'm looking forward to getting back on my sleep schedule tonight after being up late tomorrow night. Being up late for a great reason, though. So happy with that, having company over and staying up to just hang out and spend time with them. Super worth it. Super worth it. Sunday nights, we don't usually host. So that throws me off too. Yeah, that's a different structure and flow of life. So it's just fine. Actually, I'm going to have to shift to tidying up and prepping the office to go home. I should probably get these on and then prep the office for departure. And then work on this until I leave, because when it is time to leave, if I'm about to head out, but I have to prep the office to leave, I'm not going to want to. I'm going to want to go home. So we're going to tighten this and then prep the space, which for me is restocking snacks and drinks in the lobby, making sure there's no trash left or that no trash needs changed. I do need to vacuum a little bit, but I will do that tomorrow, hopefully, after the chair is finished. That is the ideal. That's what we're going for here. I need to pack my bag, clean my room up, and then they are repaving the parking lot at my office, and that is the path that I take to throw stuff in the trash. And in a 800 something square foot suite, there's not a lot of extra room for me to put huge boxes of crap. You should see this corner over here. It's just trash. Doesn't look appealing. Out of respect for my clients and my other therapist clients and them as well. It'd be nice to get the space cleared up a little bit now. So we'll see. We will see. Cool. I want to live stream on my phone, but my issue here is the last time I tried, and well, I streamed for like 20 minutes before learning it was busted. But the issue was it just comes in all staticky, and I couldn't figure out why it was so staticky, just like noises constantly, like nonstop, and I have no idea why. Thankfully, one of my subscribers watching called it out and was like, "Hey, this is impossible to listen to." And yeah, that kind of sucked, but okay. So I need an orange, 4 waters, and cranberry lime polar. Polars are great. Seltzers, probably my favorite at this point. Ooh, specifically, we need room temperature water. That's what needs stocked up, not just water. No one drank cold water. Actually, no one drank water. I was just out of water, and that's what led to that needing to be restocked the way it is. And I thought I had more oranges, but I don't see them. Is that all of them? I guess I don't have more oranges. It's okay. We are in the experimental phase right now of offering fruit to clients, which is not always the most advisable waiting room snack because they're perishable. They're not eaten within a very short window. They are wasted. But as a health clinic, I want to offer healthy options to my subcontractors and their clients. Fruit's a good option. But it goes bad. So what's the solution? Trial and error. And you just sort of see what happens. So that starts today. We have oranges. Oh, that one's like, it's like a hollow orange. These are squishy. Oranges. What type of apple is this? Were they not sweet delicious? What's the phrasing? Red delicious? 2 reds and some bananas. And anything that's almost going bad, we'll take home and eat it quickly or make some banana bread or something. You know, have fun with it. Need a bag of chips. Oh, I forgot the cranberry lime. Bag of chips and some Nutri-Grain bars. And that's what we got next. Fan-freaking-tastic. So, to me, this is important. It is an expense, but, and you know, the more people you have here, the more they eat it. But also, you can fix that into your pricing structure, which for me is a tier system. So, I'm getting paid more now that our new contractor started today. But with her comes a high likelihood of an increase in consumption. More people, more of a chance that they will eat your free stuff, which is good. I buy the free stuff. Well, that's a bit oxymoronic. I buy the not free stuff, give it to people for free so they can enjoy it. So the idea here is to keep the margins where what you're gifting people is still below what you are being paid in overall profit margins. So for me, that just looks like making sure everything out there is not more expensive than the monthly income that I get. But it's not just out there. Everything has to factor out. So that's the importance of being diligent with tracking your revenue and making sure you are paying close attention to where your money goes, how often things are being eaten. I buy a lot of these polars. I'm pointing at stuff you can't see. Oh, you can see them. Where's the right there in the fridge? Got a great deal on them, but not everyone likes the same flavors. So some of these are going quicker, which I'm a factor in that because I drink them at the office too. But you pay attention to that. All right. Some people like this more than that. Some people don't like those. These sit in here forever. Maybe even these have the opportunity to go stale, more likely with fruit, the perishable, versus, like what Nutri-Grain bars, when do they expire? Always says on the bag, not the box. Oh, no. Yeah, October 30th, 2025. So that's coming up in 2.5 months. These are kind of getting eaten slow. So I might actually end up eating. There's only an 8-pack in here. There's only 8 more out there, but people might eat them all up, or they might need to be eaten by me or given away. So, this stuff's fun for me though. I mean, you have to balance it out, of course, but I find a lot of joy in just paying attention to trends and what people consume and what they don't, and where money goes, and tracking overall expenses and stuff. I don't spend a lot of time on it because despite really liking it, sometimes it doesn't feel as important to me, even though that's like logically not true. Like that matters to do that. But all in all, I think it's pretty fun. So I'm gonna keep packing up a bit, which maybe I'll move this in there with me. We can pack up like a family. Look at that. Get this light better. Oh. So I feel like there's no comfortable way for me to walk around and not just point my butt at the camera. I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. But like I mentioned, vacuuming tomorrow, avoid noise, and allow me just to talk my own little ear off. Oh, I gotta take care of this trash. So yeah, there's a lot of projects that I have today. Getting the office done is an interesting thing because there's a point of it actually getting done, but then there's a point of continuously improving it and making it better. And to me, done means show ready. So we're hoping to have an open house. My gut says first weekend in October, more or less. We'll see if that actually happens. But because I just don't think it's going to hit what's the word? I'm not gonna hit a point where I like am perfectly loving and satisfied fully with the space. I think I'll be really content. But there's always you can look at things, but oh, that can be better. Even things you own, you can say, well, let's just upgrade it. Make it even better. And great. And you just have to be functionally content and not beat yourself up over stuff. But for me, done means we can officially have our open house, which we haven't yet. And I've said before in other videos, we are completely cash flowing the business. And so it's important to not accrue any debt whatsoever while furnishing the whole space. And that's a pretty uncommon approach. Most people are like gung ho, put all the money into it. I don't do that. And I'm super content with that. And we're going to keep that approach up because it's a high value for me. And it's often in the business training. So part of my goal is to prove to people that you can have very successful businesses without debt at all. I've taken on zero debt for the entirety of my business. At every growth stage, we've avoided it. And I will continue to do that. If there's ever a moment where I decide to, I'll own that and be like, oh, you know what? We did. But I don't plan to. I don't have that intention at all. And I want to avoid it as much as possible. And yeah, we're 5 years in, and that has been exactly the case. And I will acknowledge, if you're someone that's listening to this and you have a business or you're just aware of these things, I understand that not every business can pull that off. If you want to open up a gym, there's almost no way to cash flow that. And I'm a big fitness person, enjoy weightlifting, and yeah, I'm well aware that it's I guess, I mean, it's possible. But if you're like in your early 20s and you're like, I'm a personal trainer, I just got my who does it, NASM certification, and I want to open up my gym and I'm going for it. um you're going to take out a loan because you need a huge space, I guess, unless you're doing a private gym, like where you just do personal training and no one can come in and go to the gym. You can go cheaper, but even then that's going to be very hard to cash flow. But I will say this, most models or most businesses have a model that they could adopt that allows for cash flow. Not all of them, but a lot. Even a gym, if you want to be a trainer, maybe you want to open a commercial gym at some point, but right now you just want to be a trainer. You can see worlds of results with save up ten to $15,000 working for someone else, rent out a really small space, and put in a squat rack, and you're pretty much golden. Um, will that get you everywhere you need to go? No, you're going to want to upgrade. And you're going to eventually probably want to be the type of person that can say, hey, we have equipment at our gym that you can't get anywhere else. That's cool. But if you can be the type of person that just does their job really well, is very good at the customer interaction, and look at this. You see that circle? I can't do this on screen. If you're here in real life, that circle doesn't exist at all. The way that light hits that's crazy. That's fun. That's what the camera does, I guess. Point being, there are models that you can build up. So if I wanted to open a huge group practice day one, I would have had to take out a loan. But building my practice from the ground up with help, and it's a pretty common thing. People don't really do things on their own. They have help in some capacity from people in their life. So if I want to do that, I could have, but I've gone this route, and you step up into each stage. And some people are like, hey, the debt's worth it to skip a stage. Great, whatever, do what you want. So let me fix that. The point is, if you have a philosophy or a way of looking at the world and a value system, do your best to live by it. Like I said, I'm pretty confident you can live a debt-free life if you want to. Have a debt-free business, it's cash flow. If you don't believe that or don't want that, whatever. That's your choice. I would just say whatever type of life you want to live, make sure you ruled out that option before you move on to something that sacrifices your sense of self and your sense of belonging within a specific system that you want to enjoy and live your life by. And that's my recommendation. So, of course, do what you want at the end of the day. It's kind of the big disclaimer. But people sell their goals short all the time. And I think it's unfair to them and the people who they would have helped had they stayed in line with who they really are. Any one of my friends or family who's not walking in the fullness of who they're made to be, I suffer for it because I don't get the best of them. And if I don't walk in the true sense of who I'm supposed to be, the people I love don't get the best of me. It's a very beautiful trade and one where everybody wins. And that's very nice, isn't it? It's nice when everybody wins at something. It's very nice. And that's also my overall worldview. I don't believe that there's a limited amount of things to go around and there has to be one winner and everyone else loses. Yeah, I understand there's only, generally speaking, one gold medalist, and at any given time, there's only one richest person in the world. But my point is overall for life, it tends to look a certain way. So, if you aren't a therapist and don't know therapists, the wind down conversation is a big deal. A lot of people need to talk at the end of the day. I'm just enjoying this right now for fun. For a lot of people, they absorb stuff all day. Your clients, your patients are talking to you all day. And you have to be the person for them. And you're not there to be like me too to everything and say, oh yeah, let me tell you my thing. You are there to listen and help. And it's all conversational. Well, mostly for most people. I need a hammer again. I keep forgetting my hammer. Just using the screwdriver to bang stuff in, which is not good long term for that screwdriver, but do I really need to bang it in? Can I just push? Oh, I just pushed. There we go. Perfect. So anyway, it's just nice to talk. I don't intend to stay this late every week, but these would be fun. Just these late night live streams. The issue is a lot of times I'm staying late. I'm working on projects that it's hard to talk and work at the same time. This is doable for me. I do move slower right now by doing it this way, but I'm okay with that. Oh, I gotta get that piece out from underneath. Is it a table? Does this table expand? Is that what this is? I didn't realize that when I bought this. You'd think I would have made sure I know what I was buying. Where's the piece? Oh, it's right there. I found it. Oh shoot, that is freaking heavy. Jeez. Okay. What piece goes here? What am I looking for? That guy and two of those guys. Where's that guy? Hey. Two. Bum, bum, bum. There's like weird stains on this table already. Thankfully, it's all the parts that face down. Well, at least I think so. I haven't looked at the top too much. Checks out. Oh, it looks like the table, did the wood crack and they just like glued it? I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's exactly what happened. I don't like that. This is brand new. What's the warranty? Does IKEA do the Costco method where they just... So like, oh yeah, whoops, you can just have a free one. So that goes... What way do you face? We'll go with face out. 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 Screws. Where are the screws? Up screws. This would be a great time for someone to ask a question. Keep me rambling. Keep me rambling. That's not threading into place. Oh yeah, there we go. This table's freaking heavy. I didn't intend for that when I bought it. Some stuff shocks me with its weight on both ends of heavy and not heavy. Sometimes I'm astounded at what I bump into. That always shows up kind of weird on the stream, doesn't it? It's a weird shape. I love the space, but I'm not crazy about how that square footage is used. All things considered, for anyone curious, therapy offices can actually be very difficult to find because a lot of corporate buildings are selling open spaces and large spaces that fit multiple like cubicles or desks where they're very open model. Because most businesses are, at least in theory, trying to operate in a community style. So people maybe work from home or where so they don't need the whole community style approach. Or they're like, well, 4 or 5 of us can work in the same room where we have more of a flow space. And so to try and find a small suite with multiple rooms, that was actually really hard for me to do. And I can't speak to the whole real estate market, obviously, for commercial real estate, but for this area, we spent months and actually found this spot very late in the game. But I want to say it's like 860 square feet. I keep forgetting. It's in the 800s for sure, which I know at that point, 800 to 899 is huge difference percentage wise, but it's 3 rooms with a lobby that you can see kind of like loops into this main space that I'm in, and then that kitchenette right there, which is really small. It's really one person at a time kind of kitchenette, but it is a kitchenette, which is phenomenal. This place almost met every like dream scenario I had for the practice. It got really close, and that was like legit like a dream scenario. My realistic scenario was stuff that we found a couple times, but I found one office space that was fine. Actually, had a beautiful window view. It was really high up, and I liked that a lot. And the office, it was it was kind of like 2 rooms, like 2 rectangles. Like you walk into one, and that would have essentially been the waiting room. Then you walk into the next one, and it's like a T shape almost, but an awkward T. Because I'm like, oh, this is big enough for 2 rooms, but to put a door in to split it would have been awkward. And I also, again, cash flowing it, you can pay for renovations in a lot of these places to change the layout, but you are the one paying for that in some capacity. I say in some, like all of it generally. A lot of these places will have renovation budgets, but that's usually for minor things. Complete layout changes they usually make you pay for, and they might be generous with how they let you absorb that cost. Maybe instead of paying all at once, if you do a $10,000 renovation, they might say, well, if you sign a 5-year lease, you can just absorb that over the 60 months that you're signing for. And then a $10,000 renovation over 60 months comes down to like what, $600 extra a month, something like that. Is that right? No, it is not right. 60? Why am I blanking on that math? 10,000 divided by 60. Is it like $333 or something like that? I'm tired. But you get the point. You can absorb it into your rent. I didn't want to try and do that though. So that space was actually potentially good. It would just need some renovations to be functional. And then again, every office extra that you have is an extra office you can rent, which in theory, not triples. I guess that math scales differently. So if you have one office and then you have 2, you've doubled the amount of office space, obviously. But you double the amount that you can rent. And if you have a third space, that has now gone up by 50%. And it just builds, and it's a big deal. So, like, let's say even if your rent goes up by $300 a month for you to get the 3 office space versus the 2 office space, you'll make that back if you can fill the space. So it's worth it. The issue is finding a space that fits that. So the second place we looked at was better. It had a storage closet I was actually not in the like, you enter the suite right here, and the storage closet was next to the suite. They weren't in the same space. They actually were both entranced through the hallway, which is interesting. And then the suite itself had 2 room no, had 3 offices. Yeah, and a very tiny hallway, which means there would have been no community shared space, including no kitchen. So there would have been no microwave. And the theory I had there, which is the space I was going with for a long time, was that I was going to just maybe put like a mini fridge and a microwave in every office. 2 of them would have had windows, and that space was looking really optimistic for a while. And something about it for me just felt not right, and I was perfectly fine interacting with the people there. They didn't feel sketchy or anything. It just didn't feel right, and so we kept looking, and finally came across the space I currently have, which I've just described here. So again, getting something that's like 800 square feet, that's 3 offices that are all suitable sizes for therapy. They are all 3 different sizes. They're not equal. But you can do what needs done, which is fantastic. And you can accomplish what you need to, which is fantastic. And there's a shared space, and there's a kitchenette. And if you can see, obviously, where's it right here? We just added a curtain, and that can shut, and that divides the space. So it's not a full sound barrier, but it makes a clear delineation, and it's a visual barrier. So, as I'm finishing up this table, therapists can sit here, and if you have a client walk in or someone walk in, you're not just kind of like awkwardly staring at them. Um, you can have a shared space to maybe have lunch or chill or work on your computer, just be here and not really worry about kind of awkward interactions. I might do some more to help create sound barrier. We've actually done a pretty good job so far with sound barriers here. Um, all things considered, I'm pretty content with how we've managed that. So, yeah, not too concerned. Did I use the wrong screws? Nope. Am I supposed to have more? But, oh yeah, there's more. Yeah, so all that's to say, yeah, by the grace of God, we made it into this one, and it's working out, and we're trucking ahead. So that's pretty cool, all things considered. At least I think it's pretty cool. And I'm running the show, so that combo is good, that I'm enjoying this. So it's kind of what you want out of it. I still feel I need to do live stream checks. Is it working? I still feel I need to do live stream checks. Is it working? There it is. I've had so many like live stream hiccups that I'm like not sure what works all the time. It's kind of nerve wracking. But the point is having fun. And like I said earlier, even if all I get out of this is getting to talk with myself a little bit and process my day and where I'm at with stuff, yeah, so be it. Cool. Right on. That's fun. And I know some people watch, and some people watch these back. And it's a way for my wife to get to hang out with me on days that I'm at work. She watches these later, and that's fun. And other family and friends get to as well. And I think it'd be fun at some point to watch these back. Now, the concerning part, which I have to be super mindful of, is I'm sitting here being like, "Oh yeah, we're building a business, and we're doing this, and we're having fun, and we're building the next step." And I don't talk about goals a ton on this, I don't think. But as a lot of people know, when you watch old home videos or when you look at old pictures, you might be able to recognize an emotional response of like, "Oh, I remember that I had a good day at that moment." Or you might say, "I was smiling in that picture, but I remember I was sad. That was a hard day." Like it comes back to you. So my prayer is that when I watch these back, it's just cool and fun. And I'm not like sitting here even a year from now or 5 or 10 years, I'm like, "Oh man, we really didn't go the direction we were hoping, buddy." So that's my hope. And I think the thing that helps me out is the business can fail. I can't. And I'm in full control over if I fail and if I choose to allow myself to break or fall short of who I can be. Life circumstances happen, you know. If I get sent a different direction and we stop growing this and I don't renew my lease and we transition businesses or move or start a different career, that's fine. That doesn't mean I failed. It just means we went in different direction. So failure is not really how this place runs. Although if I'm setting a goal, you know, I work for money. It's kind of like an odd, blunt, obvious thing. I try to do work that I can do to help people and enjoy my life as well, and hopefully that I'm good at. Um, and my wife stays home, and we both really like this arrangement. But so there's that element of like, yeah, I obviously have to earn money, and I have expectations for myself. Um, but I also trust that that just happens if you just try. And I know that might be like, oh, you can just say that for whatever reason and whatever. But I choose to look at the world in a lot of ways as you get out what you put in, and you'll be okay. And you know, I'm a very religious person as well, and I think when you align your life properly with that, you're all right. And in my free time, I spend a lot of time with people I care about, and I build relationships. And I know that if things don't work out, I have literally dozens of people who will not let me fail in life. And that comes through building relationships. So some people are born into that in a very beautiful way where they can just have that, and their parents are the reason why. And they just have it. And other people have to build it. But the point is, it is obtainable for everyone. So if you're someone that's like, oh, I don't have a community of people, nobody cares about me, nobody wants me around, you might not have them around. But you're wrong that nobody cares about you, and you're wrong that nobody wants you around. You just aren't around those people currently, but they're out there, and you get to find them and chase them down if you so choose. And I strongly recommend people do just that. Your life will only be better if you can. What is this? We're at the point where the steps are confusing. Super confusing. So I think this is an expandable table that we didn't realize when we bought it. That's a pretty good deal because those are typically more expensive. Are we objectively done with it? No, there's an adhesive strip. Oh, my screw head came off. We're going to flip the table in a good way. No one's angry. This is good. We've worked our way up to this. We might have actually finished the table, which I was confident I wouldn't get done tonight. But also, ironically, when I started building it, I was confident that I would get done with it tonight. So it's been a roller coaster of confidence. Oh, it's heavy. Dang. It doesn't say you should have 2 people flip this, but I assume the legs are strong enough for this. We gonna find out. Oh, shoot. I thought you were supposed to latch. There we go. Now we're latched. All right. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is heavy. Hey, the table. It's done. Wow. Incredible. It expands. Oh, you can't see that. Your angle. Your angle. Does that help? Oh, that's all it took. Getting a foot up. Look at that. Bada boom. Next step, please. Unlock slide. Adhesive strip. Little felt strip. Let's go. Okay. All right, that is what I'm looking at, right? Felt strip there. Makes sense. Make good the scent. Let's go. All right, I think that's right. Looks good, feels good. I only have one adhesive strip, and repositioning uses up the stickiness, so let's do this right, shall we? What's the equidistant spot? Beautiful. Ooh, slightly angled off, but that's all right. Functionally fine. So that goes under. Does it link into this? Oh, it does. Look at that. Wow. I'm guessing this slides under itself. Does it go like this to fit when you don't need it? Oh, I should just take this one home for us. Oh my gosh. It's an end leaf, not a center leaf. Wow. 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 Is that supposed to latch? Is there a latch piece? There's a latch piece there. Why? Why are you there? What do you latch onto? What is your function? What is your purpose? It locks in. Why? Oh, gotcha. The whole thing's supposed to move. Wow, look at that. You could see that if you were watching, that it was uneven on the sides. I did not notice that. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's the little things in life. We finished the table. My goodness, it's done. Incredible. What a joy. It's going to be nice for events. Maybe in-office training, 'cause that's good. Cool. Let's unlatch that and get her put away and clean up this mess. Oh, that's clean too. That's oh, a piece fell off. Uh-oh. Who fell? Why? Did I not screw you guys in? I'm pretty confident I did. You're gonna fall right out. Where's the screwdriver? Better that fall now than when no one sees it. And everyone's floundering around wondering where the heck that piece came from. It's possible I didn't screw these in. I think I did. Are you screwed in? This doesn't hurt to get everything in a little bit tighter. Extra twist. You always want to get it tight, but some people say to leave a little bit of space. Not full tension. I think it just depends on how strong the thing you're screwing it into is. But we're not building a plane. A table screw can fall off. You just don't want it to. Because in theory, every piece that falls off is one more piece of structural integrity gone. And I don't want to do that. Can I reach that angle? No. We'll get that in a minute. Moving back. Oh, you're not really screwed in either. Oh, shoot. All right. Good. You're kind of screwed in. How about you, homie? Yeah, mostly. There's actually a lot of looseness over here than expected. Oh, and that's why these guys are here. They block. Okay. Look at that. We're learning so many things together. Incredible. Oh, yeah, you're in there pretty tight. What about you? Oh, fantastic. And you're good. Is that everybody? You guys probably need the other screwdriver thing. Not screwdriver, what is it? That, whatever that is called. The thingy. Mabobbery. Tightener. Nut wrench tightener. These have like a lot of spin to them. I don't know if it's just that they keep tightening and there's a lot more space to tighten than I think, or if they just kind of spin when they're in that tight position. Anyway, let me say something to anyone who has a job that you do the same thing all the time. I think having some levity, like this, building your own furniture, I get when people are like, well, the dollars you could make by doing your job and just hiring someone else or whatever. I get that. I find satisfaction in small stuff like this. I also am not rolling in the funds to just pay people to build all the furniture for me. But it's satisfying, you know? And yes, I could be working on other projects, but I do like to say I did this, and I'm okay with that split. And I know to optimize work-life stuff, it's, in theory, you should do all the stuff your business needs and outsource whenever someone else can do it. So I say that because best practices for business do not always correlate with best practices for life satisfaction. And I want to run a business that makes my life happy. I don't just want a happy business. My life, I want that happier than my business. And this is fun. It gets me moving, and I don't have a desk job, but you sit too much as a therapist, man. All things considered. And I want to be moving around a little bit more. So there's that. We'll unscrew that. So that's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. My gosh, that is satisfying. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Incredible. Dude. Can't wait to show my wife and my team. All right, you need a lock. All right. Am I being unrealistically aggressive on this? Does it just not lock? I feel like you move too easy. Why? Why is there a top latch spot? Are you supposed to hang on? Oh wait, are you in now finally? Oh, now you latch. What did I do? Okay. Oh crap. Oh, now it's moving again. What am I not understanding here? I don't want to do that over and over. What do the instructions say? What do they teach? Yes, click. Yeah, you say that locks you, but I'm experiencing something different. Okay. Definitely something different. Where's the disconnect happening? So that's... Are you just supposed to... Why won't it latch? Yeah, we don't want to be aggressive and bust it. Why? What's the problem? You not up enough? It just like floats over the top. I don't understand that. Now it's latched. I'm gonna open it again. So now it's open. All right, I can do it by hand. That works. Jeez. Okay. Whoa, it's our departure time. What are we looking at? Need to be getting ready. This is good. Get this crap out from under it. Ideally, that'd be nice. Okay. Woo, no. A lot of trash to deal with tomorrow. And frankly, that's okay. Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom and wrap up and head out. So, geez, I'm falling. Hope you enjoyed the hour. I'm gonna peace out and maybe see you later. Bye. I always forget you hit end and then you have to confirm. Official goodbye.